Sometimes I've found that you don't realize the patterns you're in until you decide to think something brand new. But how often do you have brand new thoughts about the direction of your life, your concept of yourself, or the way that you're treated by others? I want you to make the effort to have some brand new thoughts today or tonight. So in a familiar situation, think something new. And I assume you'll choose something better for yourself, which would be the correct choice. Something like, I'm completely confident in talking to strangers. I'm completely comfortable with how I look. I fall asleep easily. I can barely stay awake. There are so many things I could do today. My friends love me more than I know. I'm good at saving money, and I always seem to have enough. Those are just thoughts and just sentences, but for you they might be brand new. You should consider whether your life isn't changing because your thoughts and concepts aren't changing. Do not feel defeated, and do not tell yourself this is a difficult task. I don't consider any of this being a fake it till you make it practice. It's just the practice of having brand new thoughts, and specifically conceptualizing more and more ideal concepts of yourself, your direction in life, and how others treat you. It's not about whether the statement is true. It's about allowing yourself to have better and more forgiving experiences. If I think I tend to make it through the day easily, or things just seem to work out for me, then I'm setting the precedent that it's possible for me to be that way, for me to experience that, because I experienced it in the moment that I said it. And once it's possible, it becomes a choice. But you have to feel it to know that it is possible. Otherwise, you don't even consider it. You have a limited scope of the possibilities you give yourself habitually. And the more times that you choose the more ideal option, the easier it is, until it falls entirely into the background. In other words, it becomes natural, it becomes who you are, and you'll forget about the old person entirely. Tomorrow could be the best day of your life. How often do you have that thought though? Probably not very often, but it's totally legitimate. The point is that you're denying yourself better concepts and beliefs. However, it's not going to feel that way until you think something brand new. In other words, exploring the possibilities of being and the possibilities available to you to craft your persona with. You don't have to force it. You don't have to believe something about yourself or your circumstances that feels unbelievable. I find that it's actually just so simple. It's about thinking something new just for the sake of it. Just for the curiosity of being that new person just for a moment. Once you experience a new perspective, even just for a moment, you can understand that this more ideal version is not restricted from you. It's not being withheld by any force that's governing you. And you're free to be someone who you've never been before. You're free to do this right now. Think that creating new thoughts should fascinate you. Taking your circumstances and crafting the most suitable and ideal perspective for yourself. It's fun. If you really want to change, the key isn't resisting or flipping old thoughts. In my experience, it's better to just keep having new ones. The only thing keeping you in the same patterns is lack of choice, in my opinion. And it's not that these old thoughts are actually ingrained and resistant to any kind of change. It's not an uphill battle. It's more about exploring, but you can only explore something you haven't seen before. So, you need to venture away from what you know.